The Double Take event is here, and it's got some decent things you should know about before you play it, and also Respawn responded to them constantly removing duos. So let's get into it. First of all, quads is here, and the lobby has completely changed for quads. Now your character's kind of off-center, so 4 people can be in the lobby. It's strange, but get used to it maybe. Also, the general appearance of the lobby has changed. Altar's portals are now red and unstable, so I wonder if this is just a visual thing or something to do with the lore. Also, quads didn't come without its challenges. It did come with a brand new set of badges, and Respawn's changes to badges have been pretty interesting because it suggests some modes are going to be more permanent than we think. Quads has a 2k damage badge, a badge for getting top 5 25 times, that one's going to be pretty tough. Get a win with a pre-made squad, which is crazy in quads because you need to gather up a lot of people. It also has a pretty interesting badge of get a top 5 finish with 10 different legends, and then a badge for, I'm pretty sure, completing all of the other quads badges, which is going to be pretty hard because these challenges aren't easy. These are actually going to be big grindy challenges, which honestly we've been asking for. We've been asking for a challenge on Apex, and this is a real challenge. You may notice under the quads badges though, the solos badges remain in the game even if you haven't locked them, suggesting solos is going to be a lot more permanent than we think. We do know solos is making a return as an LTM in early July, and if I were to jump to assumptions, I think Respawn are going to bring solos back several times a season and just keep the badges in the game forever. So if you didn't get the solos badges in the first half of this season, you can still get them, don't worry, which I'm sure is good news to the people who couldn't get the 20 bomb. The quads mode is pretty average, and I wonder if Respawn are going to do the same approach to quads, where they bring it back a lot and keep the quads badges in the game. We'll have to see Respawn's new approach to Apex, because they're clearly trying a lot of things right now. With these random LTMs that pop up for only a few days, there's clearly something in the works. Speaking of in the works, a new comic came out today, which is Altar and Ash talking, and it seems Altar offers Ash the potential to travel back in time and get whatever she wants. And combined with the recent rumours that Ash is going to be getting a rework in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if Ash's rework is somehow tied into her stealing maybe a new chassis from an alternate dimension that gives her different abilities. Honestly, there's a lot of potential with this alternate reality stuff. I've said it a lot. Let's just see how it pans out. But yeah, apparently Ash is going to get a rework, and hopefully Respawn do this, because if we're all real for a moment, Ash is completely useless in actual gaming. There's going to be one more comic in a few weeks, which is going to finish off this season's set of comics, and it seems to be Altar giving Horizon the power source for the glove. I assume that is what is in her hands, the power source. Of course, this whole event is based around a new collection event, so we can't not mention the new collection event. It's here, and collection events have a brand new user interface. When you load it up, you may get confused and think this is a milestone event, but no, it's just a normal collection event. It did shock me at the start, because I was like, no way Respawn made it a milestone event, but no, we are safe. Also, the Havoc has a little smiley face on it. What more could you want, honestly? By the way, a lot of the skins from this event have a lore blurb, bringing lore to the alternate reality versions of Legends. For example, the version of Revenant combined with Conduit does have a whole backstory, which is pretty interesting, so there is a little cool aspect to when you buy these skins. Hopefully Respawn keep doing this, because once again, the alternate reality aspect of Apex is really awesome. The event isn't just skins though, although a lot of it is skins. We did get a lot of balance changes, including to Bangalore. You may remember in the patch notes, there was a huge change where if you're in her smoke, enemies will be highlighted, and this was literally the first thing I tested because I wanted to see how it works, and it basically works like caustic gas. I wouldn't be surprised if Respawn actually imported the code from caustic gas highlights to Bangalore smoke. A lot of you may have different opinions about this, but honestly I think it's for the best. Apex's meta of just blinding people with loads of abilities was getting a bit far, and there's already a little controversy around the smoke right now because apparently aim assist works inside the smoke. Also, we did get some new voice line interactions between Wraith, Ash, and Altar. Basically, it just seems like Wraith is becoming suspicious of who Altar is and how she got her portal tech.
Thanks. That's Ares, Void Tech, isn't it?
Who says I didn't make it myself?
These voice lines were data mined by Ritz King, and he's probably going to post more over the coming days. Also, there are new free rewards up for grabs, not just from the event tracker. Right now, 2 Twitch drops are active. One's a very mediocre RE45 skin, but another is a sticker of the Altar skin from this event, which might be worth it to some people. When this event was first announced, we had some worries that Respawn weren't going to release another collection event this season, but it seems they are going to, which is pretty good to hear. In the files, there are a few traces of a new event being set up, and this is one of the skins. Honestly, a pretty solid skin, and apparently right now, this Reactive Havoc is going to be the final reward, it seems. We're not 100% sure if that is completely true, but this Havoc is going to be involved in the event somehow. Which is weird because Respawn said after the last time they released a Reactive skin in a collection event, they heard the feedback and it seems like they weren't going to do it again. I guess we'll have to see how it pans out. That's not just it though, because in the user interface files for this event, there are traces that Respawn are preparing another universal heirloom, which has the codename Karambit, which is one of these. If you've played CS or Valorant, you're probably very familiar with what a Karambit is. So it seems this may be coming next season or the season after, but right now there's just traces of it in the files. We have no proper visual appearance of it yet. Hopefully they make the monetization for them more friendly than this, but honestly, I'm struggling to hold out hope here. Still, it's looking like this isn't the only event this season, so we do have a bit left in store for the 40 days left. Despite all of this content though, a few people may be pretty mad at this update because once again, duos is not available. It's been replaced by quads, meaning we're not going to have quads for the rest of the season, meaning season 21 is going to be completely devoid of the quads mode. And Respawn actually responded to this in an article with Game Rant. John Larson, an Apex developer, did say duo players might feel slightly sighted this season with solos going straight into quads, but he said, "I want to let them know that it's something we're aware of." But in the end, it seems they did replace duos just because of how it will impact matchmaking. Respawn don't want you to be waiting ages for queue times, and they don't want to stretch Apex's player base across multiple modes. John Larson also went on to say, "For those maybe worried about duos, I would say don't fret. We have the game's best interests in mind too. So while these longer takeovers have been at the expense of duos, we are learning a bunch." Which I guess doesn't give us much closure to being annoyed about duos being completely removed, but Respawn did basically justify it with the intention of not wanting to screw up matchmaking times. With this update, we did also get some minor changes that some of you may find useful, but they are some pretty random changes. First of all, you can now buy Apex coins officially through EA's website. There is no price difference, and I think EA have done this so they can get the full amount when you purchase Apex coins, because if you purchase coins through PlayStation or Steam and PlayStation do take a cut of the coins, so this is purely a money decision, but the option is there if you want to buy coins through this method. Also this morning there was a leak from Yoritsuki. I'm definitely not saying that right, let's be real, that Olympus is going to be getting the next map update, not to be confused with next season, us getting a new map. Apparently the affected areas on Olympus in the next map update are the ones highlighted in red, meaning we are completely losing a state, which is going to be pretty sad, but the rest of the places that are getting changed honestly really need a change, and this update might make Olympus more of a competitive map because it's cutting out the weak points. This change will likely come in season 23, so honestly, it's not worth thinking about too much now. That's about it for this update though. Over the next few days, we'll be finding little secrets and little voice lines everywhere, so keep your eye out and subscribe to keep updated with it.